Rachel, we'll send it to you.
All right. Thank you, Griff. Well, the $850 million Obama Presidential Center finally opened this week in Chicago after years of delay. And the former president took the time to make veiled swipes at President Trump during his speech.
In the newly independent United States, there will be no kings or lords, no serfs or subjects, but only citizens. Economic disruptions, mass protests, backlash against mass protests, political conflicts that have shaken the very foundation of our democracy. The good Reverend was under no illusions about the perils and obstacles facing the abolitionist cause. Same spirit that will see America and the world through its present trials.
Joining us now to react is Saturday in America anchor Kayleigh McEnany. Kayleigh, so great to have you on. So he's talking about protests. There's a lot of protests around this. There were contractors that were not paid, minority contractors not paid, and also there were a lot of black residents who have been displaced because of this museum. They're essentially their neighborhoods are being gentrified. They can no longer afford the property taxes, and they're getting priced out of their neighborhood. Seems like an odd outcome, both of these, for a very ugly museum raised on the topic of hope and change and empowerment.
Yes, and while presidential libraries are for the most part privately funded, with this one, it cost $120 million in infrastructure changes to taxpayers. So you have those being displaced, then you have the infrastructure changes that had to be made in the city. And the payoff is this beautiful piece of architecture smack dab in the middle of Chicago. Wow. But I love in his comments there, he talked about democracy and the threat to democracy. I just think that language is so irresponsible now that we have had 3 assassination
100%.
attempts. When you say someone is threatening democracy, you're saying they're threatening the foundation of our country, and that was a veiled swipe at Trump. And I think a totally inappropriate one. Democracy is not at risk.
That building, let's put that back up, because I think this is a threat to anyone who cares about beauty. This is perhaps the ugliest building I've ever seen. In the Christian way of thinking is, truth and beauty, go together. This is so outrageous. And what's even more remarkable is that apparently Obama had a direct hand in this design. He didn't just approve it, he also helped. Watch this.
If you had asked the young Barack Obama what he wanted to be when he grew up, he might have told you that his dream was to be an architect. That boyhood ambition of his helps to explain why the story of the Obama Presidential Center starts not with a traditional library or a monument or even a dusty box of papers from the archives, but with the walls themselves. Built from granite the president handpicked himself.
I mean, when we saw this video, literally, we all started laughing on the couch. He wanted to be an architect, and that's what he came up with. It's horrible.
Thankfully, that didn't pan out for everyone.
Well, he's done enough to, he's damaging the skyline of Chicago, one of our great cities.
100%. And they go on in that clip to say, I believe the vision was 4 hands being lifted into the air. I mean, it just didn't work out. And when you compare that to the renderings of the Trump Museum in Miami, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It will lift up downtown Miami. There's a reason one was a builder and an architect and one was not, and the one who was President Trump.
As Brian Kilmeade would say, stay in your lane.
Yes, stay in your lane.
That's not his lane. All right, tell me what's coming up on Saturday in America.
Yes, so we have Candace Cameron-Bure, very excited about that. Rafi Lopez, he's a former MLB player, reacting to the scandal at MLB. Senator Joni Ernst, Senator Rick Scott. It'll be a great show, so join us. And Mike Collins, who just won that huge race down in Georgia, who will take on John Ossoff. So join us at 10.
What a fantastic lineup.
Thank you. You two guys had the VP. What a great interview.
It was. All right. Thank you, Kayleigh.
Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.